Hey guys, so in today's tutorial I will be showing you how I make my cake boards. The supplies needed will be a X-Acto knife, pen or pencil, 2 or 3 cake boards depending on the width of your ribbon. I usually use 2 cake boards for 2-tier cakes, 3 to 4 cake boards for 3 to 4-tier cakes. Again, you can use cake boards. If you want to use drums, you can use drums as well. Cardstock, 12 by 12. I don't know if there are sizes bigger than 12 by 12, but most of the time I use 12 by 12. But you can also use wrapping paper. I know a couple people have used fabric. You can use fabric. Glue sticks, glue gun, and contact paper. I purchased this at Michael's. You get like a pretty big roll. This has actually been used quite a bit, but you get a pretty big roll, and then if you get a 50 off coupon, I think it's like $5 or $8, something like that. But I do know that at the dollar store they have these, and it's a much smaller roll, and I don't think the adhesive is as sticky. I've used it plenty of times before, but I feel like I get more for my buck because this roll is just so much more thicker. So, and scissors and ribbon. All right, so let me get going. First thing I do is trace what I need. Now, if it's a 12 by 12, you definitely, most of the cardstock has this little border, so you definitely want to kind of just get to as close as the edge as you can, okay? This board is a 10-inch, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. Trace. Okay, then what I do is I glue these boards together. So they're in the middle. No particular reason, I don't know why I do that. Press firmly. You want to make sure that the boards are the same size, so that way you have a smooth your ribbon is smooth when you put it on. Sometimes not all boards are exactly the same, and sometimes they'll have like a little pocket or like an opening, and I want my ribbon to definitely cover it. So if it's thicker on one side than it is on the other, then you're going to be able to see a little bit of your board, and I don't like that, so that's why I like gluing the edges. But you could definitely glue the edges first if that's easier for you. Okay. Just make sure you don't have any glue on your board. Cut out my contact paper. Now, with this, I like to write on this side because, just from experience, I did once do on this side, and then if you don't cut a perfect circle, you have like that ink mark, and this side is what faces up on the board, so just be sure you do it on the paper side. I don't like to waste contact paper, so I try to get close as possible to the edge. And then I'm going to cut here and here. Okay, so okay, So for this part, I like to start at the edge and just do a couple slight little coats, okay? And then I like to get it close as possible to the edge, that way all the edges match. And then press firmly. And I do this same process all the way around. I just like using the glue gun because it's just so much faster. But you could definitely use glue sticks. I've used it as well, but when I'm making 4 to 5 boards a week, I kind of want something fast. Okay, and then I have my contact paper. Make sure that everything is covered. Alright, that looks good. So if you want to trace around and then cut it like we did like the scrapbook paper, that's fine. But I just recently started doing it this way. No particular reason. I think it's faster, but who knows. I've never really timed myself on making cake boards. Alright, so I want to make sure it's aligned. And then this part's really important. You definitely want to have a smooth plastic. So I just start like a small bit here, and then from behind I slowly start pulling and then pressing down, pulling little by little, pressing down, just making sure I have no bubbles. Okay, more. Just want to make sure you have no bubbles. We have a nice clean cake board. See, no bubbles. Looks so pretty. And it just gives like that extra touch to a cake. Especially if you have like just a really simple cake, and sometimes we as cakers are like, wow, it really needs something. Just a nice designed cake board is perfect. Okay, so what I'm doing is just going along the edge of my cake board with my X-Acto knife. Just cutting. Start on one side and then, and this is like so easy, but this works well when you have a really good sharp X-Acto knife. Okay. Look how pretty that is. So I'm actually going to use pink ribbon. This is for a little girl who is turning 5 and she's having a butterfly themed party. Alright, now for this part, I should have started showing you. Okay, so you see how my ribbon lines up with the board? It's just like the perfect width with just 2 boards glued together. So what I like to do is just put like a couple dots. I'm running out of glue. And then lining it up, press firmly. Oops. Do that again, I'll show you. All right. And you just want to do little by little, and you get a nice smooth ribbon. And once I get here, I kind of like to have an idea how much ribbon I need, so I need about this much left. Let's cut. Be very careful, the glue is very, very hot. Just be careful. Okay. So once I had put my cake, oh, look how pretty. I love how it looks. It looks so cute and dainty, so chic. So I don't know how true this is. Some people say that contact paper is not food safe. Some people say it is. I don't know. I don't make the stuff. So what I like to do is, if it's an 8-inch cake, I use an 8-inch board. Put some melted chocolate here, okay, and then your cake will go on top of here, and then your board on top of here. It does not move. I've never, ever in the 6-7 years I've been baking have had a cake move, collapse, anything. So that's one method, okay. Now if you don't want to waste the board, another method is you could put the melted chocolate, okay, like whatever width your cake is, okay, put the melted chocolate and then place the cake on top. So that way there's not direct contact with the contact paper. So again, it's your preference, okay? It's, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I use this method. I like it. I like to have the cake on top and this here. So that's just my preference, okay? So then once I put the cake on top of here, and then I know where the center or the front of my cake is going to be, I like to make a little bow. And I'll actually make one now. So I like to do, I fold it in half to see how big I want my bow to be. That looks like pretty good. So I want a little bit wider. Okay, and cut. And then I fold this in half to give it a little crease. And I put a tiny dot on each side before the crease. Fold and fold, and then I put a little dot behind. So I'm like not even looking at the camera, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. And fold it. See, so here's the bow here. This is the back of the bow. So you definitely want to do the back of the bow so that you could cover that crease, okay? And then you're going to put a dot, fold it, and then whatever you don't need, cut. Well, actually, let's glue it first. Now glue. Just put some glue on my thumb. Ouch. Cut, and then cut as close as possible to the edge. Okay. Alright, perfect. So now you have your little bow. And then this, if you forget, you know, you could either cover where the ends of the ribbon meet, okay, you could do that, and that's super cute there, okay, or, you know, when you finish your cake and you have the front of your cake, you just put it here, and it's just a sweet little touch. So, alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and thanks for tuning in. Bye!